The following is the speaking test of the International English Language Testing System taking place on the 16th of December 2023 at Medcity International Academy, Kannur. The center number is MIAK001 and the candidate with me is 𝐌𝐞𝐝𝐢𝐭𝐲 𝐎𝐄𝐩𝐩 and the candidate number is 81340. The examiner is Shyam Punon and the examiner number is 160324. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
May I please know your full name?
Yes, my full name is 𝐌𝐞𝐝𝐢𝐭𝐲.
Okay. How may I address you?
You can call me by my first name, Meghna.
Okay, 𝐌𝐞𝐝𝐢𝐭𝐲. May I please see your ID?
Yes, here it is.
Thank you. Okay, here you go.
Thank you.
So, 𝐌𝐞𝐝𝐢𝐭𝐲, where do you come from?
I come from 𝐃𝐨𝐯𝐧𝐥𝐨, which is a village which is very famous for its political actions, as well as a birthplace for many political leaders that Kerala has ever known.
Okay. So, let's move on to the first part of your speaking test. I'll be asking you a series of questions based on different topics and you'll answer accordingly. Okay. So, let's talk about home or accommodation. Do you live in a house or a flat?
Yes, as most of the Kerala people live in their own houses, I also live in my own house, which is in 𝐾𝐨𝐻 itself, with my parents and my sister.
Right. What's your favorite room in your home?
The room which has a balcony is always my favorite, and we have it in our home itself. So I find that a little more close to the nature, as well as the trees and birds. I consider that room as my favorite.
Okay. What have you done to your room to make it look even nicer than it probably already is?
I am a person who sticks to minimalism, so I don't do much in my room. In order to look it more good, I consider it as pretty good itself in its own way. But what I do to make it more attractive is I just open the windows so that I can see the trees and maybe sometimes the birds who used to come and sing for me.
Right. And who do you live with?
As I said earlier, I live with my parents, my father, mother, and I have a younger sister. I live with these people.
Right. Which room does your family spend most of the time in?
As I've noticed, most of the people in India live or spend most of the time with their family members in their common living room. It's not different from in my case. It's also we spend most of the time in the living room where the TV faces the sofa. It's the same common room.
Right. Now let's move on to something else. I'll be asking you about housework and cooking. Okay. Do you do any cooking or help your family cook at home?
I cook at times, but I am not a professional cook. As I am a beginner, I am a slow cook, so that sometimes does not stick the needs of the house. So I don't cook often, or didn't try to help my people in that way.
Right. Did you do some house cleaning when you were young?
Retrospecting, I think I have done much more in my younger ages because of their easy schedule, I should say. I've done it much more than now, when I was young.
Much young. Okay. Do you have breakfast at home every day?
Yeah, of course. Most of the time I stick with my homely breakfast, as my father also insists in that way. So we does not skip our breakfast as well. Most of the time I have my breakfast from my home itself, if I am at home.
Right. Do you want to learn how to cook better?
Maybe. I have a kind of notion that I cook well now itself, even though not that fast. So I would stick to cooking faster, maybe, not well.
Right. So what kind of housework do you like or dislike doing?
The same kind of work, that's cleaning, is my favorite, as well as something which I dislike too. I know it's something contrary, but I love to clean the room, balconies and etc. But I hate cleaning the windows and window panes.
Right. Okay. So let's move on to the second part of your speaking test. You'll be given a topic to speak on and you will be given 1 minute to prepare for the same. You will have 2 minutes to speak on it. Here is your prompt card. Here is a pencil which you can use to make notes if you wish to do so. You can start preparing from now. Okay, you can stop right there and you can start speaking now.
Okay. Speaking this is a little, what should I say, humorous for me when I recall this incident. Most of the time when we ask people this question, they might have told that a different unknown place, about the unknown places where they have been. But in my case, it is just the place which is very near from my home, but still I did not know the exact route to reach there. So there is one place called 𝐌𝐞𝐝𝐿 near my area itself. That is a very soothing place as well as interesting. The main attractive feature is the peace there, the very calm environment and eco-friendly. It's actually an eco park which has been constructed or maintained by the panchayat members or someone. So myself and my sister were planning to meet or visit this place just for fun or just to have a change from our home. So we took the bike of my father, and at that time I was the only one who, from among me and my sister, was one who have the license. So we were planning to move with the motorcycle. I was managing the bike somehow, but this incident happened that I told her that we'll go to this place. And she asked me, do you know the exact route? And I told, I don't know, we'll check the Google Maps and go.
Right.
But now I remember that she was not the right person to interpret the Google Maps.
Right.
And then she was telling me the exact opposite route. If the Google Map shows us the right, she would say it's left. So that way we have surrounded the whole locality. And somehow, I don't know how, still now I am not sure about the route to go there because of this particular reason. And asking some neighbors over there and shopkeepers, we have somehow managed to reach there.
Right.
But it was already late that our mother told that we should reach back by lunch.
All right, you can stop speaking now. All right, so you can set that aside. We'll move on to the third part of your speaking test. And right, okay. So how do you think people feel when they get lost?
It can be interpreted in two ways. If we are very much comfortable, as I've said in my case, it was very familiar for me, the place.
Right.
So in that case, people might not be frightened or might not be afraid of the situation. But in the other case, if the whole area is very much new or very much unfamiliar for them, then it might have been a little more scary because we don't know the locality, we don't know the people, and we don't know the mentality of the society over there. So at times there are chances that the situation move to a dangerous one, that people might attack when they see people who have lost their way. So there are possibilities of danger happening, but otherwise it's cool.
Okay, all right. Are some people better at orienting themselves?
Orienting in what way, maybe?
Well, I guess, do they have an ability to find their own way, to adapt to any environment?
I don't think that there is a specific or innate talent, but of course their communication skill can help them far better. If there are two people who have a better communication skill and if the other lack it, then I think the former would have succeeded in finding the way.
Right. So you think that some people are indeed better at
if
orienting
they
themselves.
have that particular skill.
Okay. Are young people more reliant on their phones than older people to find their ways?
We can say it as yes only, but nowadays older people are also going to the same path of the youngsters. As phone has helped us to ease the process much more faster. or much more convenient maybe.
Right.
So I think, yeah, youngsters are more into the phones when it comes to everything.
Okay. Are young people gradually losing their ability to orient themselves?
Well, I cannot tell that in that way because they are very much adapted to their phones, and phone is now not lacking any process or any facility as
Right.
per. So they can, if at all they lack in that ability, phone can help them. I personally believe in that way.
Okay. So with mobile phones and these electronic products with navigation, is it difficult for people to get lost?
Yes, as I've said, if we are wrong in interpreting the data which is provided by the phone, then there is no other option than getting lost. So there are chances that if we interpret it wrong, then we might lost our way. And also I don't find that this is a very efficient way to find a way. It can act as a savior in most of the cases, but at times we have heard the news that the Google map has failed in its action and the people have ended up in nowhere. So there are chances, but otherwise phone can help.
Right. What kind of problems do old people have when they get lost?
If it is the society that they are very familiar, then I think they won't be that much stressed. But otherwise, if the old people are if they are very orthodox, or if they are from a very orthodox background, that they have not traveled more, then they might have got frightened faster.
Okay. Some people like to walk around without navigation. Do you think there is any problem there?
I don't see any problem in that because most of the people might have took a very peaceful walk if they want to just enjoy the nature and the way, and they don't want to go into a particular destination, then it's okay that we just walk around and somehow that they don't forget the way back. If they don't forget the way back, then it's good just walking around the places, just enjoying the nature and peace.
Right. Okay. So Meghna, that will be the end of your speaking test. Thank you.
Thank you.
Medcity International Academy. Trusted hands forever.